Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves there, and this is why if Hashirama kept the Bijuu part 3. Before we get into this, I need to quickly address something. That I haven't mentioned in the past 2 parts were that Rin survived, and the only way since Rin survived, it will be different for Obito to actually join Madara, but Madara instead, he actually showed the genjutsu where after Obito died, basically, well, died in quotation marks, Kakashi basically, not Kakashi, Rin confessed to Kakashi, which actually did happen, but this time Kakashi shed the feelings back, even though Kakashi knew Obito liked her, but Kakashi just didn't care, well, according to Madara, so that's why he didn't really give a shit about joining with, against his crush, but at this point he doesn't care. And once the Ninetales attack actually did happen, of course Rin had to be, well, you know what happened with Kakashi and Guy where they couldn't fight. Yeah, even that happened to Rin too. And remember, Kakashi was a prodigy. He could have actually beaten, well, not beaten Obito. Obito went up against Minato, pretty good fight. And I was kind of confused on how Kakashi was able to beat Obito then, even with the Rinnegan, when Obito at 14 years old went up against Minato and put up a real good fight. Anywho, still, it is what it is, and we shall continue. Last time we left off with Naruto actually leaving Team 7. Well, it was a bit. Wait, sorry. Let me redo the recap. Sorry, guys. Last time we left off with Last time we left off with Naruto leaving Team 7 and telling I was about to say Kazuto. I'm like, wait, who is this? I said, yo, Zabuza, that thing. If he didn't intervene, he was gonna die. And basically, he told Zabuza, well, he told Haku not to get in the fight next time too, because he wants to fight again, and this time he won't hold anything back. And Haku's like, alright, I understand. And basically then, a week later, of course, Team 7 still goes through the same training, but Sakura already knows about this, and what she actually does is that she was actually meditating, and she went into her mindscape and talked to Shikaku, and told him that maybe they should just go into the Tail Beast form and destroy Naruto, because since it doesn't seem like Naruto is using the Ninetales power, and she thinks that Naruto's just being cocky, and she thought that maybe they can destroy him before he could even try. But Shikaku says, even with our powers, he will be able to destroy both of us. There's no way we can beat him. And Shikaku knows that because he can feel Naruto's strength and Naruto holding back a lot more than what everyone thinks he was. And it's true, Naruto was holding back, but only 20% of his power. Naruto was bluffing, even though Shikaku could feel Naruto's power. He doesn't know if Naruto was bluffing or not. Anywho, he doesn't know Naruto's full capacity of power. Anyway, next time, a week later, Naruto is actually late. Well, not with Team 7. I mean, Zabuza and Haku actually go there, but Zabuza's the only one there. And then, basically, Zabuza begins his fight, but Sasuke and Sakura actually want to join in, and Suki will remain back. But as soon as this happens, a bunch of feathers actually start falling from the sky, and the white feathers, I mean blue feathers, yes, blue feathers. I remember last time I said Naruto's substitution is blue feathers to show that blue is sadness, and the feathers to show that now he sadness and sorrow, and blue, I mean the feathers are to show that he's free like a bird. But at the same time, it has a double meaning, which is that he's actually trapped. His true personality is in a cage, just like a bird is, and just like Kurama is. Remember, birds can be trapped in a cage and they can't fly away. They're not free then. that's just basically like Naruto. Anywho, Naruto then appears and all the feathers go away and says, where do you think you're going? I am your opponent, and I won't have any mercy upon you this time. And basically Tsuki decides to leave a clone back and says, I'm going to join the fight too now, so it won't be as easy. And Kakashi realized that Naruto being in the Akatsuki is dangerous, because Naruto not only is he super overpowered right now, and his team, he is more worried about his team than his own fight, but he can take on Zabuza easily. But the thing is that right before Naruto left, Kakashi actually noticed another figure jumping away from the trees and actually following the other two, and he doesn't know if that figure will actually start helping these two, and he's worried about him. Anywho, Naruto begins his fight with the two Dojutsu users and the one Anbu, and of course Sakura starts with a sand attack, which is actually using her sand to create she creates quicksand out of the earth, and basically Naruto is in it, and he's interesting, this move again, very interesting. It could be used if I wasn't being serious now, maybe I would have died from it. Anywho, let me get out of here. And basically as soon as he says that, Tsuki actually is on one side of the quicksand, and the other side is Sasuke is on the other side, and what they do, they put both hands on each side, and Tsuki doesn't want to kill Naruto. She actually wants to just knock him out and then take him back to the leaf. And what she does is that she lets out a ton of her acid, and it's just so Naruto would literally just get burnt, and then she just save him. Anywho, because she actually has an antidote for the burns that her acid does, and she only made it because it's in case she burns someone, or she uses the acid in a sparring match and it's dangerous. Anywho, my sister was pissing me off, sorry guys. Anywho, Naruto realizes that he's in danger now, because he knows Tsuki is actually the strongest Jinchuriki out of all of them, and she's hiding something that the other two don't know about. And basically Sasuke, not only did he allow his fire around it and inside the quicksand, but he's actually using his chakra form, chakra state, you know how he can do it. And basically Naruto realizes that this one will be a hard fight, and then Sakura actually starts transforming a bit, and she's a half Shikaku form. Well, not really, it's a different type of thing that she developed on her own. It's similar to Sasuke's, and what she has is basically she has claw-like hands now, and basically it's basically a glove that is like a claw, and it's made out of sand. And she basically increased all her stats: attack, defense, especially defense, agility, speed, and everything, and the reaction time. Even Sasuke did that, and Tsuki actually just went into her tail beast form. So basically, not fully tail beast transformation form, just, you know, the six tails cloak, just like Utokata did. You know how he went into, it's basically like Naruto's 4 tails, just that it's 6 tails, and she can turn purple, which means that she's basically using her acid to even slip through things. Anywho, but she's not gonna use it now, and Naruto realizes that he's in danger, and he has to go all out and says, alright then, let me get serious. And basically he lets out his pressure, and basically his pressure was enough to actually destroy, get rid of the sand, turn it back into normal land, and the fire was just around him, and says, you withstood that, interesting. And basically all 3 of them start attacking at the same time, and Naruto dodges all 3, and then out of nowhere, Tsuki, who has actually increased her speed by going into her tail beast form, kicks Naruto with an acid kick. Naruto realizes he burns, and what he does is that he goes flying first of all, but then he has a hand on the floor trying to stop himself. And basically what happens next is that Sakura comes out of nowhere and punches Naruto in the head. And then after that, Sasuke did a massive fireball. It was actually the Great Fireball, but it was blue, and Naruto got incinerated. Of course, Naruto didn't have enough time to react, and he couldn't use his substitution jutsu, so he got hit by all 3 of them, and realizes that most of his power got drained away by actually using his defensive capabilities, and he realized that he needs help and basically he doesn't want Haku's help, but if he gets hit by this again, he will lose straight away. And I know Naruto's freaking overpowered, but this attack came out knowing Naruto was being way too cocky and underestimating this 3 Jinchuriki. Remember, it's a 1, 2, and 6 tails together, and all of them have pretty strong abilities, especially Tsuki. Tsuki's kick was Tsuki's kick was the thing that really put Naruto out of the fight because of the acid and Naruto trying to heal himself. Yes, Naruto could do it. Anywho, Naruto realizes that this won't be an easy fight and says, okay, maybe I underestimated you guys too much, but I guess it is what it is. If I die, it's just for my benefit. And remember, Naruto is still a bit kind of psychotic, and he doesn't care if he dies or not. It's not that he's suicidal, it's just that he doesn't care about his life. After what happened to him, he really doesn't have a meaning of life. He's actually trying to get rid of the Nine Tails, get rid of everything, and just live a normal life. But if he comes up to it, if he can't do that, he'd rather die. Anywho, Naruto says, alright, if you guys can beat me, if I lose this fight, promise me one thing, kill me. I want you guys to murder me. I don't want to live anymore. Understood? And basically Tsuki's like, why should we follow your orders? You're coming back to the village with us. And just saying, Tsuki can still speak in her tail beast form. And then Sakura's like, yes, I have to bring you back. Orders of Danzo. And Sasuke's like, I believe that the leaf would really need the Nine Tails back. After all, no one can really know what other villagers could do, with you. And basically Naruto's like, I won't let you guys capture me. If you're not going to kill me, I'll kill you myself. I won't hold anything back, like I said. So if you guys try to go easy, you will die. It doesn't matter how strong you are. Even one little mistake can get you killed here. Understood? You're on a thin thread right now, so don't mess. And basically, Naruto's being serious, because a single slip up from this trio of Jinchuriki will get all 3 of them killed by Naruto. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care if he has to capture them. He will kill if he needs to. If he comes up to it, he'll kill. He doesn't care if the Akatsuki have to wait for another 20 years or something for one tail beast to regenerate. He doesn't give a shizer. Anywho, Naruto begins the fight by actually blitzing Tsuki, the most dangerous one, and basically tries to punch her. But the thing is, Tsuki was actually a bit faster than Naruto by using her body flicker, and especially because she can still use her Byakugan in this form, she actually dodged Naruto, and Naruto realizes that even though they're they're standing on a thin thread, he's standing on a thin thread too. One mistake will get him captured too. As soon as Tsuki disappears from his eyesight, Sakura actually came for another punch, and this time she was actually trying to hurt Naruto, impale him on the shoulder, but Naruto actually dodged it. He just did one swift move, and basically Sakura just went past him, and as soon as Sakura went past him, Naruto actually stabbed her in the in the shin with a shuriken, and then basically she went flying because Naruto actually did it right. Well, it took him a millisecond, and that the speed that he used with his hands created a massive shockwave. Oh yes, Naruto could do that just by using his speed, and Sakura went flying, and then Sasuke came in with his fireball jutsu, and then Naruto says, is that all you can do? And basically he puts his hand in front of him, and basically the fireball disappears. And what he actually, well, Naruto didn't know what was happening, but then Sasuke came out of nowhere and was in front of him, and what he was what he was doing is that he had a kunai in his hand, and basically he was engulfed in fire, and basically threw at Naruto, and Naruto says, is that all you can do? And basically Naruto blitzes past the kunai and basically punches Sasuke. Sasuke really didn't feel anything and started smiling with the Sharingan activated, and Naruto's hands started to burn and realized that these guys were going to beat him, since he really doesn't have anything else to show off and use against them. And really it's over for Naruto, and he's going to get captured, something that he didn't want to happen. But Naruto had one more thing up his sleeve, and that was basically Haku. And basically he looks at Haku, he looks at Haku's direction, and Haku sees it and basically nods, and the Haku was seeing this, and basically he's like, I might as well just help. And then basically what Haku does is he appears and actually takes Tsuki out first. Tsuki got senboned, and remember, none of the other tail beasts have healing abilities like Kurama does. I'm pretty sure of it. Anywho, Suki was taken out easily by Haku, who was actually he was a silent killer, to be honest. She wasn't dead, but he took him out. He took her out, and then Sasuke and Sakura were left. Haku took Sasuke out because he had the dojutsu, and these two were two overpowered dojutsu users, and both having two Jinchuriki, both being Jinchurikis. And then Naruto basically says, "Thank you, Haku. How about you go help your your sensei, whatever you call him, your friend. Look, he's struggling. In fact, if you look at it properly, he's going to die now." And so Haku looks back and basically sees Kakashi with the Chidori ready, and Kakashi really didn't have any time left, and basically was about to stab Zabuza, but Haku got in the way and got stabbed instead. And Naruto says, unfortunate. Anywho, then Naruto said, "Alright, you're the last one remaining, aren't you?" And basically Sakura's like, "You'll pay for this. I'm telling you now, Naruto." And Naruto's like, "I don't give a shit. Die." And basically what Naruto does is that he appears behind Sakura, and then Sakura basically Naruto actually sliced Sakura multiple times in less than a second. It was just like those anime scenes where the samurai just opens his sword a bit, katana, and then puts it back in, and he's already behind them, and they're all dead. Anywho, Sakura is basically that, and she was the victim, and she collapses. Of course, Naruto doesn't kill her, and he's like, "Only because you guys were stronger than me, and you weren't, and I wasn't able to beat you, I let you go. That's the only reason." And then basically Kakashi, after killing Haku, he's like, "You're dead too now," and basically slices Zabuza in the neck, and Zabuza dies too, and says, "I'm sorry, Haku. I'm really sorry." And basically they die together. Naruto's like, "Very unfortunate. I was kind of getting used to them too. I'll give them a good burial." After beating him, of course. And then basically Gato appears with his men and says, "So you guys did take care of them. And you shall die too now, you damned Akatsuki member." And basically Naruto's like, "So you weren't gonna pay me, were you?" And basically Gato laughs and says, "Paying you a lot? Why should I?" And basically Naruto's like, "Hey, you, leaf shinobi. How about we make a little pact? Help me kill this Don, and then I'll give you some information about Akatsuki." And then Kakashi's like, "No, you're coming back with me." And then Naruto basically has apprehended two clones were actually holding Naruto's arms, and one was behind him with a Raikiri, and then another clone was in front of him with another Raikiri. And then basically Kakashi summoned his hounds, and basically he took care of Gato, and Naruto really couldn't get out of this hold because he was not strong enough right now. He really lost a lot of chakra, and Naruto was really injured. And of course Kakashi came up to him and said, "Listen, Naruto, you, Zabuza, and Haku, you were able to you nearly beat us, but of course you're not like the Jinchuriki, are you? You don't like using the Naruto's power. I wonder why." And Naruto says, "You clearly know why. I'm pretty sure you're one of those haters. You're the one who, you villagers, you leaf shinobi, you're the ones who made me like this. You damn demons, calling me a demon and then when you guys are the real demons here, you damned shinobi, I'll kill you all. I'll come back to the village and I'll kill you one day. You included, Kakashi." And basically then Kakashi says, "Unfortunately, you're coming back with us." And basically Kakashi was about to knock out Naruto until a hand actually stopped there, and it was Obito. Of course it was Tobi in Kakashi's eyes, and says, "Oh, unfortunately, you cannot go any further. I cannot allow you to hurt my student, you can say. After all, she did a good work, and I'm going to take the Jinchuriki with me. Unfortunately, you guys have lost. 4 Jinchuriki now. So it's just good for us. And basically, Obito was pretty strong and Kakashi was really weak. But out of nowhere, another 8 people arrived. It was Team 10 and Team 8. It was actually the reinforcements Kakashi asked for from the Hokage, and Kakashi did send a letter to the Hokage saying that Naruto's Jinchuriki is with them, and well, not with them. They found Naruto, and basically he's working for the Akatsuki and everything. And basically, the Hokage sent Team 10, who is Asuma, and then Shikamaru, female Shikamaru. And Shikamaru knew about Naruto and she wanted to bring him back, and basically, well, you know how Shikamaru had sympathy for Naruto and understood his pain. But even though she never had went through it, Naruto went through so much pain that she was really sad for him, sympathetic basically. And then Choji, remember Choji is the 5 tails Jinchuriki, knowing Boil release, and basically Hinata was there, the 3 tails Jinchuriki from Team 8. Of course, Ino's there, pretty relevant right now. And then Kiba in Team 8, and then Shino, the 7 tails Jinchuriki, the 3rd strongest Jinchuriki, and then is basically is Shikamaru, the 8 tails Jinchuriki. So, and Team 8 has someone that no one really knew about, and Kuronai is not Team 8's captain. It's actually Rin herself. Rin is Team 8's captain, and Kakashi's like, oh Rin, you're here too. And basically Obito, well, tightens his grip on Kakashi's hand and says, huh, you damned Lee Shinobi, you really think you can beat us, the Akatsuki? And then basically Rin actually attacks Obito from the back, and basically she was about to kick Obito's head, and Obito just whoops through her, and he whoops his hand through Kakashi's wrist and then takes Naruto. And Naruto, who was now free, says, hey sensei, or should I say Toby, let's just fight them. And Toby's like, exactly what we're gonna do. Pretty much all the Jinchuriki are here right now, so we'll capture them here. The 4 tails can wait. The 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8 tails are here. Even you, Naruto, the 9 tails, will capture the 4 tails easily. He's not the strongest tail beast, and you'll help us with that, understood? And Naruto says, gladly, I really want to destroy these lot. And basically Rin's like, Naruto Uzumaki. And basically in her head she's like, Sensei's son, why is he with them? And basically she's like, hey listen Naruto Uzumaki, why would you join the people that you are meant to be destroying? You're the one who is meant to destroy them, not join them. And Naruto Uzumaki, return to the village. The 4th Hokage put the 9 tails in you because he believed that basically Naruto says sharp, you B word. And Rin was like, wait, what? How does he know that? And Naruto's like, sharp, don't ever say the 4th Hokage. I hate him. He put this beast inside of me, and I shall kill anyone related to him. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter if even the 3rd Hokage is related to him. I'll find a way to annihilate him, obliterate them. I'll kill every single one of you. Understood? And basically Naruto is getting pissed, and he's laying out all his pressure, something that's been holding back for so long, and he's actually letting out the sadness and sorrow and his anger, his true anger, because he's seeing all these Jinchuriki who have been treated properly while he has been treated so badly. And he remembers 2 new faces. It was Choji and Shikamaru, well, female Shikamaru, and he's like, you two as well. Unfortunately, I know you two were trying to be my friends, but I'll have to kill you too. There are no exceptions. And basically Naruto gets out his kunai, and Obito and Naruto were going to take all of them on, and Obito is more than capable to take them on, especially with this Kamui. And Naruto, basically, even though he's nearly out of chakra, he's still an Uzumaki, and the chakra he has remaining is more than enough to actually put up a real good fight, and he hasn't used all his abilities. Anywho, Naruto then does some hand seals, and basically Obito follows after him, and Naruto says, fast out, majestic destroyer flame. and basically Obito does his little swirling Obito's attack, you know, in the Warrock, the swirling fire jutsu. I'm not sure the name. Let me quickly check it. Fire bomb blast jutsu dance. I don't even know what that name is, but it is what it is. Obito was using it with his Kamui, and while that was happening, basically the Jinchuriki were the ones who actually stopped it. It was actually Choji and Hinata. Hinata actually used her. Remember, she has the Free Tails, and what she did is that she used her rotation with the Free Tails ability. Remember, the Free Tails can rotate too, and she created the tornado, which actually absorbed the fireball jutsus, and basically she added water style to it, and she called it fire. Water style hurricane, and wind style hurricane, and basically it wasn't just water, and it wasn't just wind style, it was water and wind. Anywho, after this, Naruto realized that this Free Tails Jinchuriki is going to be an annoying one, especially with this tornado thing. And since Obito's main chakra release is fire, since he's an Uchiha, he's going to have a hard time against this one. Anywho, Obito is more than capable of taking down the Free Tails, and he could put them in a Genjutsu if he wanted to. Anywho, Obito really couldn't, especially because Kakashi was there and he was getting healed by Rin, and this kind of pissed him off. And then basically he says, Naruto, I'll take them on, and if it gets too hard, I'll escape. Take the free Jinchuriki and go. And Naruto said, like I would ever go. Why would I leave my master here? After all, you're the one who taught me everything. You're the one who actually took care of me. You're the one who never hated me. You were always on my side, and you helped me get through my hardships. I'd never leave you, Sensei. And basically, Naruto really doesn't care about Obito, but he says this because he believes that Obito was the only one who actually cared about him, and Obito says, yes, exactly, that's why I want you to go back and take the Jinchuriki with you. And then basically Asuma shouts at Naruto, you're getting manipulated right now. You say that he's the only one who understood you, but you're wrong. And Naruto says, who are you to talk? You don't understand. This man is the only one who treated me like a normal human being. Unlike you leave Shinobi, hating me, blaming me for stuff I didn't do, framing me. I isolated myself and nothing happened to me. Realizing that was when I realized it was only better for me to leave. I told the third Hokage I was gonna leave. He didn't allow it, but I still left. Why do you guys want me back? You guys have 8 Jinchuriki. Isn't that enough? Do you really need that much power? And basically Asuma says he's not for power. Naruto, come back to the village. You do not understand. You're one of the greatest assets to the Leaf Village. And Naruto says, huh, me, one of the greatest? You mean the Nine Tails? Don't worry, I'm not going to hesitate when my time comes to, when it comes for my tail beast to be extracted. And basically Naruto still doesn't know about his tail beast. When his tail beast gets extracted, he gets killed. And Obito, during this time, he actually told Zetsu, who actually appeared, and told him to bring Kakuzu and Hidan to the battlefield, and if needed, if they need more backup, to bring Pain. But it is what it is. And Obito was being really cocky here, and this is going to be his downfall. He thinks that these Jinchuriki aren't capable of protecting themselves, but this was a massive turn of events. All the Jinchuriki are reuniting, and basically this is when Kurama saw an opening and said, finally, his anger, I'll take over him from this. I'll turn him back to the original Naruto, the Naruto that I truly believe is the true Naruto. That one kid that was so carefree. I'll bring him back. And basically Naruto's eyes went from blue to red, and Kurama's eyes were there. And basically what he did is that he's actually trying to take control of Naruto and stop his stupidity, and he's trying to return Naruto to his true self. And basically Naruto is fighting back, and Kurama himself is like, wait, what? But how can he fight back? And basically Naruto's mindset is fully changed. He got brainwashed by Obito, and he's fully changed to an extent that his ideals are fully gone. and his ideals are like, oh, I don't want the nine tails, spun it. I might as well just die. Who cares about it? Anywho, Naruto really had no one who cared about him, so that's the only reason why he doesn't care about his life. And if he had someone who cared about him in his life, for example, if the third Hokage just adopted him when he had the chance to, and the third Hokage regrets not doing it, if he just did, maybe he could have kept Naruto sane. But Naruto's insane now, and at this moment, Kurama was struggling to actually take control of Naruto, and Naruto was no kind-hearted kid and no pushover. He wasn't going to let the Naruto take control of him so easily. If the Naruto was going to take control, he's going to have a hard time, and Naruto wasn't going to allow it in the first place. So he's trying his best to control himself, and his eyes are turning from red to blue, and Naruto let a scream of frustration, and basically the Naruto's won this fight of wills, and basically took over Naruto, and Naruto is already in his full tail state, and this was all the anger built up in Naruto. It just gave a boost to the to the nine tails, and he was able to put him in the full tail state. And remember, full tails Naruto is actually stronger than both 1, 2, 3, and 4 tails. The 5, 6, 7, 8 of course are stronger, but full tails is stronger than all 3 of them. And so this fight, if Hinata got in this fight, she was going to get destroyed. And of course, since the 2 tails and the 1 tails are out of the fight, and the 4 tails is not here, only the 6 tails is out of the fight. Only the 5 tails, the 7 tails, and the 8 tails are really needed. Well, they're really the only few people that could do anything. And Kakashi could help them, but he's still getting healed by Rin. And this was pissing off Obito more and more. And this is when the true fight began. Naruto began by already forming a tail beast bomb. And this is when Shikamaru actually decided to step in and basically used her shadow possession jutsu to actually seal Naruto's chakra away, and this was more than enough for Naruto to return to himself. And Naruto was on the floor facing upwards, and basically his whole world was put upside down again, because he doesn't know basically from what the Nine Tails was doing inside of him. He just realized that Naruto he realized that he's weak compared to the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails could take over him at any moment if he gets angry, and it's impossible for him not to get angry, especially when he sees Leaf Shinobi, and the Leaf will come after him again. And basically Naruto says, "Hey Sensei, tell Zetsu not to bring them, we're retreating." And Obito's like, "What do you mean? You're not giving orders here, are you?" And Naruto's like, "We're not gonna beat them, we're not, just let's go, leave the tail beasts, we'll capture them another time." And basically Obito realized that Naruto's being serious now, and he's talking like he's not in an angered state anymore, and literally he's being serious, and he's that, "Alright then, your wish is my command, Master Naruto." And Naruto's as sharp, and let's go. And Naruto's really gone to himself, and basically Shikamaru could see that Naruto is not the introverted kid that he used to be, or the nice looking kid that he used to be. She can see hatred in his eyes. She can see how the Leaf changed him, and she was really sad that she couldn't really help Naruto at all, even though she met him for the first time and then the next day he just disappeared. She was really sad that she couldn't help Naruto at all, and she took it, she thought that maybe if she actually made a move on Naruto or something similar to show that she's interested in Naruto, maybe Naruto would have changed. But it is what it is. Naruto and Obito retreat, they whoop away, and they come as soon as as soon as they arrive. Kakuzu and Hidan were about to go off to go and help them, since they were actually really near the Akatsuki hideout that they were in. It was near the land of waves, and they were going to take like 10-15 minutes to arrive, but I guess they don't have to anymore. And Naruto goes to bed, and during this time Naruto is in a war against the Nine Tails and himself, his old self. They're both trying to talk to Naruto. Naruto's trying to ignore them in his sleep, but it's impossible. And basically a link is open, and basically Naruto is in his head, in his mindscape, in front of the Nine Tails, and the Naruto can feel another chakra inside of him, and that chakra is actually his old self, and says, that happy-go-lucky kid is gone. Why is it still inside of me? Disgusting. And then basically Naruto sees the Naruto, and the Naruto says, "Listen, Naruto, I have something important to tell you. Just give me the time of the just give me 10 minutes. I'll explain everything that happened in 12 years ago. Just believe me. This will change your point of view." And Naruto's that sharp, you damned fox. Why should I ever listen to you? See ya. And basically Naruto's walking away, and basically Kurama actually basically lets out all of his bloodlust, which actually put Naruto to the floor now. And Naruto really don't have any more bloodlust right now because he doesn't really care about anything, and he gave up. He actually gave up on everything. He still wants to kill all the villagers and everything, but in reality he gave up on life. He doesn't care. Literally his eyes lost the sparkle that they used to have, because he had hope that maybe one day he'll be able to get his revenge on the Nine Tails, on everyone in the Leaf, and destroy it, to show and get revenge on the late fourth Hokage, who Naruto hated with all his existence, every single cell in his being, with all his every single little cell. He hated the fourth Hokage so much that he would go to an extent of killing himself just to get revenge. Anywho, Naruto then says, "Goodbye, Nine Tails. I can't wait for you to get sealed away. Then I'll be free." And Naruto, and then Kurama says, "Do you really think you'll survive after me being extracted? All Jinchuriki die when their tail beast is taken away. Do you not know?" And Naruto says, "If I die, it's better for me. I don't have to go through the pain anymore. I'll just die, and that's it. It's all over then." And basically, the Nine Tails says, "Do you even know who the fourth Hokage was? Do you know how kind of a man he was? He pretty much saved the village. Thanks to you. If you weren't born on that day, the village would have been destroyed by me. And then everyone would have died, even you, Naruto. He saved your life too." And Naruto says, I wouldn't have minded if we all died by your hands. At least I wouldn't be hated that much. At least I wouldn't have to go through all the pain." And then the Nine Tails says, "How about I tell you the truth about your parents?" And Naruto says, "My parents, they died a long time ago, and I don't really care now. They're dead. They're two corpses. Who cares? I've never even been told who they are. The third Hokage was that selfish that he didn't want to tell me who my parents were. Why would he keep my own heritage secret from me, their own son? He would keep a secret from me, their own son. Do you not understand? That's straight up just selfish." And basically Kurama says the only reason he did that is because he didn't want you to go over your head. And then Naruto's like, "How could it go over my head? Why would me knowing who my family is get over my head, huh?" And basically then Kurama says, "The fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, and Kushina Uzumaki were your parents." And Naruto's eyes widen, and basically he wakes up and he thinks that was all a dream, a nightmare. And basically he just plays it off as a nightmare, and he's like, "There's no way." But of course this stays in his head because he doesn't believe that he can have nightmares about him being in his mindscape, because it was so vivid. But then Naruto thinks it must have been just a really bad nightmare that was really realistic, but he just can't stop thinking about it. And then basically Naruto wants to know more information about this, and basically then said to Obito, "Hey, Sensei, I want to join the tuning exams that I've been hearing about over these past few months." And then Obito's like, "May I know why, Naruto?" And Naruto says, "Well, after losing to those three Jinchuriki, I really want to know if I'm really that weak. I want you to train me for the next week, and then I'll go and sign up for the tuning exams." And then Obito says, "But you need a team." And Naruto says, "I'll find a way. I'll find a way to get in. Or maybe I'll just create 2 clones of myself and I'll make them transform into different people. And then I'll just take the tuning exams. How about that?" And then Obito says, "Not too bad of an idea. You just want to prove yourself, don't you? You've already proven yourself. You're a good asset to the Akatsuki, Naruto." And then Naruto says, "I don't want to prove myself to you lot. I want to prove myself to myself." And then Obito's like, Interesting. Alright. I'll train you. But remember, this training won't be easy. It will be the hardest training in your life. You will wish to be dead. And Naruto says, I already wish to be dead. Now, let's begin. A week later, Naruto comes out of his training, even stronger than before. And not only did he train with Obito, but he trained with Itachi as well. Itachi really had really good techniques that Naruto could have learned. For example, Naruto learned the Shuriken Jutsu, the Shadow Shuriken, Shuriken Shadow Clone, and same as the Kunai Shadow Clone. Anywho, Naruto learned a few new techniques that for example, well, he learned a few more techniques that even Obito didn't know about, and he learned the Fireball Jutsu that well, he learned the Fireball Jutsu that Itachi can do. Sorry guys, my neck really hurts for some reason today. Anywho, basically this Fireball Jutsu can actually seal chakra for a temporary amount of time, and this time is really short, but if you're fast enough, for example like Itachi, who's really fast, if you're fast enough you'll be able to beat the opponent easily and swiftly. And Naruto says, interesting, let me learn it. And he learned it, and also he learned the Fire Phoenix Jutsu, the one that you throw the, well, you do a small Fireball Jutsu and then you throw kunai really fast. And Naruto learned that if he adds a wind release to those kunais, he will make an overpowered jutsu. Naruto came out of that training with double the strength, and the Kurama has been tormenting him, telling him that the fourth Hokage is your father. And basically Naruto at this point, he thought that he was lying and was just trying to take over Naruto again. And Naruto was like, shut up, you damn fox, do you care, do you mind, I'm trying to get stronger here, I don't want to get beaten by those damn Jinchuriki. And then Kurama's like, well, the only reason they're stronger than you is because they actually use their tail beasts, unlike you. If you just asked me for power, I could give you as much strength as I could give, but of course this damn cage won't allow it. In fact, I know someone who has the key to this cage, and maybe you can shut me up and actually take control of me instead. And Naruto's like, interesting, who has this key? Maybe I can actually shut you up for once. And basically, is that Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sannin. And this kind of shook up Naruto, because Naruto knows how strong Jiraiya is, and he doesn't want to fight him. And is that, whatever, you can stay in that cage forever. I don't want to go up against him. I'll get killed, or maybe I'll get returned to the village. I'm good. I don't need you anyway. It's good that you're locked up. I'll just ignore you from now on. And Kurama knew that when Naruto said that I'll just ignore you, he knew that he was being serious. Anywho, Naruto is heading to the village. He actually made 2 clones, and basically what he did is that he made a fake rain village, village headband, and both his clones turned into 2 other guys with the rain village headbands. And of course these 2 clones will be eliminated in the of course in the preliminaries, because Naruto only cares about himself. Well, it's not that he cares about himself, it's just that these clones are not needed in the finals. He doesn't want to fight with clones in the finals. Anywho, of course he still doesn't know about the preliminaries. It's just that no one really knew about the preliminaries. Usually it just goes to the finals straight away. It's just that they needed the preliminaries because there were so many people in the Chunin exams this year. Anywho, Naruto enters the village, and he's reminded of all the hate and all the hate that he's received in the past. And he's looking around the village, and he sees that, and just saying, his 2 clones actually disappeared for now. He'll just make them again. Well, he already signed up, and they separated ways, and the 2 clones actually disappeared. And anyway, Naruto was just looking at the village and seeing that, and he was actually seeing all the happiness going around the village. And he's like, you'll see one day, I'll destroy this village and I'll show you true happiness. Well, it's gonna be my happiness. And then Naruto basically on his way to just have some ramen. Remember, ramen is still his favorite food. Something that he loved about something that he doesn't hear about the village is ramen. The guy that, Ichiraku Ramen was always kind to him, and he remembered them, and he's like, maybe I'll leave this little part of the village intact. I don't want to kill these 2. They are my 2 favorite people in the village. They never treated me badly. they always were friendly. I wish I was in this family. I wish I was this guy's son. I wonder. And basically in his head is that, who is my father? Because now basically everything is all over the place in Naruto's head. After the Nine Tails told him that the fourth Hokage is his father, he doesn't believe it. He doesn't understand anything that's going on with him, and he doesn't understand his life. He just wants to prove himself, capture the tail beast, and then die off one day. He doesn't care how. He doesn't care if he dies after getting his tail beast extracted, as long as he doesn't get tormented by the Nine Tails and all the memories of the past. It's fine by him. Anywho, Naruto now enters Ichiraku Ramen and sees a girl who entered at the same time as him, and they entered from two different sides. And basically Naruto came from the left and she came from the right, and Naruto sees Shikamaru, and for the first time in just normal clothing, and Shikamaru was actually wearing her normal clothes, and she was just out and about after finishing her training on that day, and she didn't see the true Naruto. She just saw a transformation of Naruto, and she's like, oh, he must be here for the Chunin exams. Anywho, Naruto actually saw how beautiful of a woman she was. I'm joking, of a girl she was, and Naruto's like, I never saw her like this last time. She looks cute, not gonna lie. What am I thinking about? No, I need to kill her one day anyway. Anywho, Naruto is kind of confused on what's going on with his head, because everything's all over the place. Now he thinks that Jinchuriki that he needs to capture is cute. What the hell's going on with him? Anywho, and basically Shikamaru actually started the conversation with him and says, are you here for the Chunin exams? And Naruto, well, at first he was silent, and she's like, you could at least say something, you know? And Naruto's like, oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say again? And Shikamaru's like, oh, I said if you were here for the Chunin exams. And he's like, oh yeah, I am. He is, and then Shikamaru's like, there's no need to continue this conversation. I feel like you're a bit awkward around girls, aren't you? And Naruto's like, yeah, I don't really talk to them much. And basically Shikamaru's like, oh, it's fine, whatever. And basically Naruto says, how about you? Are you entering? And Shikamaru's like, yeah, I really don't want to, but my team wants to, and there is another reason why I have to. I need to get stronger. I need to bring back someone that a person that I met. He left the village, but I'll bring him back. He was misguided. He was hated by this village, to be honest. I really miss him. I kind of had a crush on him, but it is what it is. I can't tell him now. He's gone. But he was really cute when he was younger. Still is. I met him the other day, but he was really changed, and yeah, I'll change him back though. That's my ninja goal. Well, that's my ninja way. Well, it changed. My ninja way is just to sleep, but it changed now. Anywho, I'm sorry for disturbing you. Anywho, after this interaction, Naruto went off and he went back to his hotel room, and he waited for a week, and he just walked around the village. He did see Sasuke train, and he thought Sasuke's training wasn't too bad, and he didn't see Sakura, that prick that he didn't like, and he knew that she was probably in the Anbu, because her fighting style was like the Anbu, something that Itachi actually showed him, because Itachi actually trained him, and he told him about how the Anbu train as well. Anywho, Itachi wanted to tell the Hokage that Naruto will be in the village, and but of course he couldn't, because he was actually sent on a mission, and he really didn't have the time to. And then after a week, on the day the Chunin exams actually begin, the Hokage actually got alerted, but Itachi didn't know how Naruto looked or what headband he made or anything, because he did that in secret, and he was kind of he kind of regretted not spying on him. But Naruto was really good at finding other people's chakra signatures, especially because he's a sensory ninja. Anywho, Naruto begins his Chunin exams by actually passing all 3 exams with his teammates, but of course he gets the highest grade, and he actually beats everyone's record, even Minato's and Itachi's, and a rain village, a rain shinobi is now at the top of the Chunin exams for the leaf. Anywho, next, the Forest of Death, Naruto passed it easily without meeting anyone, and he just took out a random team, and of course Team 7 still got attacked, and this time only Sasuke got attacked, but Orochimaru just went off afterwards, and yeah, so the Sand Shinobi still attacked them, but Sakura took care of that, while Tsuki was actually just taking care of Sasuke, because she actually learned a bit of healing jutsus, even though she really didn't have to. She just learned some medical ninjutsu from Rin, who she asked if she could teach her, and Obito really doesn't hate Rin. Kanda still has a crush on her, but he's just angry that what happened, but it's not true. So, after Rin confessed, Kakashi actually declined and said he doesn't have feelings for her, and that was not only because he respected Obito, but also because he didn't have any feelings for her. Anywho, Rin was kind of bummed out, but she missed Obito so much, and she realized that she truly actually liked Obito, but it is what it is. And something that she actually noticed about the masked man is that he covered his face, and only one side of his mask showed an eye, and she couldn't see the eye, but it ironically had to be the side that didn't get that actually got crushed by the rock. You know how, well, the side that Obito got crushed in, that side was showing, and she kind of had the hunch, but it was just in a dream, and she's like, maybe I'm just thinking too much, and she thought that maybe Obito, after giving his eye, he actually survived it, and now he just joined the dark side. Anywho, Obito's left side never got crushed, so he gave away his left eye, but Rin was like, what if that was Obito? Like, his right side was only showing, and his right side got crushed, so he still had the Sharingan there. What if that man has the Sharingan? I'm confused. I don't know anymore. And basically, they will find out he has the Sharingan, because they will notice it soon. It's just that then Obito made sure that they didn't notice, because yeah, whatever. It was still misty, so they couldn't really see properly. There was a lot of mist and fog. And anywho, Naruto, well, Team 7 still passes their Forest of Death exam, but now the preliminaries begin. Remember, Naruto will just take Naruto's team will take part in the preliminaries as Kabuto's team. Kabuto didn't have to actually join the Chunin exams this time, and so because Orochimaru found it easy to get Sasuke, and he realized that Sasuke is much stronger here, and not only will he get an Uchiha's body, but he will become a Jinchuriki of the Two Tails too, and the Two Tails isn't that weak, to be honest. Anywho, he was really excited to get his body. Pedophile. Anywho, Naruto actually, one of Naruto's clones had to go up against one of Naruto's clones had to go up against Sasuke, and he lost, and the other one, I'll say that he went up against he went up against Shino, and he lost, but his true self actually went up against I'll say he went up against, sorry, I got it wrong. In the original thing, the sound Shinobi actually passed, but here I'll say Sakura actually killed them, so Naruto's team actually passed. So of course, from the sound Shinobi, who they versed was different, and I'll say it now. I'll just say that thing. They versed Sasuke. Well, Sasuke actually versed one of Naruto's clones, and of course Shino versed one of the other ones. And I'll say that this time Dosu, who actually beat Choji, Dosu was replaced by Naruto himself. And Naruto versus Choji was a pretty good fight. Choji was a Jinchuriki, and just saying, Sakura won her fight. Garo lost his fight, even though Garo will be the one to attack because of it. He'll just use a sand tsunami to destroy the village. And also Dosu, Garo, since Rock Lee won, Neji actually lost here, and Hinata won, because Hinata is actually basically a Neji 2.0, who thought Destiny was everything, and was against Tsuki having the 6 tails. She was jealous, because why would the weaker one have the stronger tail beast? Anywho, even Hayashi was there, what the hell, but it is what it is. And Choji unfortunately lost the fight against the dude, and they were all pretty suspicious of it because Choji was actually really strong, and Shikamaru was like, wow. She wasn't really suspicious, but she was actually curious on who this guy really was, who was actually able to beat a Jinchuriki, even though the Jinchuriki wasn't really try-harding, and he took the fight too easily, and Naruto finished it real fast before showing any of his true skills, because if Choji actually went into his, you know, 5 tails, you know how Naruto went into his 4 tails thing, if he went into his 5 tails form looking like that, Naruto would have to try hard against it, because 5 tails is really strong. Anywho, he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'll destroy him before he can even transform or try anything, and Naruto beat him easily. Anywho, after this, Naruto, well, the finals were going to begin, but of course they still get the 1 month training, and of course the third Hokage was still wondering who Naruto was. He couldn't really tell. He could have been one of the Sand Shinobi, he could have been one of the Rain Shinobi, but he really didn't know. And then basically Naruto was actually on the same hill that he was on, and this time he was just chilling there, and Shikamaru actually followed him, and Naruto actually noticed, and he's like, hey, could I know why you're following me? And basically he was being polite, and Shikamaru's like, oh sorry, I was just curious about you, I want to know who you are. And Naruto's like, I can't tell you, I might have to verse you in the tuning exams. Anywho, bye. And basically he went off to eat at Ichiraku's, and basically bumps into Jiraiya, and Jiraiya's like, hey you, I've seen your fight, I've heard about it, and I've seen it. The third Hokage was really impressed by you too. And then basically Naruto's like, what the hell, why is the legend starting Jiraiya here? And basically he's like, hey you, why aren't you training? You have a month only to train, and everyone in the tuning exams who passed are really strong. And just saying, Kiba lost, Tsuki won, and so it will be Tsuki versus Hinata, which will be a pretty good fight, and Sasuke versus Rock Lee, which will be a really good fight, and Temari versus Shikamaru, of course, and Shino versus Kankuro, I'll say, and also sorry, Shino versus Naruto, and Kankuro versus bro, it's so confusing. I checked the tuning exam things. I'll say that Kankuro didn't win, whatever. So confusing. I'll say that Naruto actually is versing Shino. Temari versus Shikamaru. Sorry guys. Hinata versus Tsuki. Sasuke versus not Gara. Lee. I'm so sorry guys, it's just so confusing. I'll make it better next time. Sorry, forgive me. Anywho, Jiraiya's like, you're gonna be fighting Shino. He's the 7 tails Jinchuriki. He's way stronger than the 5 tails. Are you sure you don't want any? You're not gonna train? And Naruto's like, it's fine. And basically, and then says, there's not really anyone who can train me. And then Jiraiya's like, how about I train you? I can train you real good, and I can teach you the summoning jutsu. It's a really good technique. And also, I can teach you an A-rank jutsu, which was created by the 4th Hokage and Naruto, by me and the 4th Hokage. And Naruto is intrigued and says, what kind of jutsu by the 4th Hokage? Because it will be just more satisfying for Naruto to destroy the village with a jutsu created by the 4th Hokage himself. And he's like, a Sengan. I'll teach you if you come with me though. And basically, that's where I'm going to end off. I hope you all enjoyed it. A bit of a cliffhanger, but still, hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs, and also subscribe to Kazama, good YouTuber. Also subscribe to Ratreet and Miniman123. Follow Shoker on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Join my Discord server. All links are in the description down below. And if you came up to this bit, if you're gonna comment and you come here, just comment down hashtag #EnderSquad video. Anywho, hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe, and peace. Also guys, one more thing, I have a little announcement, is that I am going to be dropping a few series like the Itachi What If, for example. That's one of them. I'm going to be dropping it because I'm going to be remaking it soon. After I finish one of the newer series, I'm going to remake the Itachi What If. I'm really sorry if you guys were hoping for a new part, but I decided to remake it because I believe I can do a much I can do a much better job with it. And please don't hate me for it, and I'm sure you guys will love it. Anywho, I just wanted to tell you that. And also, one more thing, I will be making well, if you guys want to ask me questions for the Q&A, because I do want to do a new Q&A, just go on my Discord server. There should be a channel, well, a channel where you it's literally called Q&A. Just ask questions there, and as soon as I get a lot of questions, like I mean a ton of questions, I'm going to start answering them. Anywho, if you got up to here, just write end of end of video squad, and peace.